codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are.
If you wanna talk about me, you better say the shit to my face. You better say the shit to my face.
Are you ready?
I busted my head open. Fun fact.
There could have been the squid people.
Scared? Don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition.
What's up, Primos? Happy Thursday, and welcome to another episode of Primos Chidos. It is your girl, Jules, coming to you live from the Latinx station. And of course, I am here with my co-hosts, Steve and Brandon. Say hi, you guys.
What's up? Hello.
So for today, it's our Valentine's event, our Valentine's episode. And of course, on our table, Brandon got us some chocolates today.
Yeah,
for the
he
Valentine's.
surprised us.
Yeah, he surprised us with some gifts sponsored by M&M's and Reese's.
Hopefully. One day they'll be there. One day.
But yes, hope y'all are having a great Thursday. And of course, to start off, I posted some questions on our Instagram. I don't know if you all saw, but follow us on Instagram at Primos Chidos Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Or y'all still maybe have time to answer. But for the first part,
like 1 minute, like less than 30 seconds.
So for our first part, I put funny or embarrassing dating story, and some of you replied. I have here Val from SoCal. She dated a man with half a finger. So she says that his ring finger on his right hand was missing.
That's embarrassing.
How embarrassing, right?
And I was like,
It's
oh,
funny,
I can't believe I
funny.
dated some guy who has a deformity.
I lost my finger in a car crash, you know.
Yeah,
Embarrassing.
And it's like, that's so awkward.
So awkward. What a loser.
Bruh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
That's
kidding.
basically
I'm
what
just
she's
kidding.
saying, though.
Bruh.
I'm just kidding.
She thought it was funny.
I'm just kidding. I'm
There's
just
nothing
kidding.
wrong, guys.
That's embarrassing, though.
It was
So if
fun-
I
it was
became a
funny.
paraplegic,
I said
You'd be
funny.
embarrassed.
if I became a paraplegic and a girl went on a date with me, and then later she's like, oh, the most embarrassing date I went on is I went on a date with this guy who didn't have his legs.
Well, I guess because it's a finger, you know. He's like, he's maybe
The ring finger? Oh, maybe it's like bad luck, I guess. He can't
Yeah.
commit.
Bruh. All right, and then for our next person, PM999 said, I burped in their face when making out. And then they put the little like emoji.
I wonder what
like inside her mouth or his mouth.
It just says
Or
I
they
burped in
them
their
smell.
face when making out.
Oh, so they were making out. So probably like about like an inch close.
Did you eat something stinky?
I was gonna say, what did you guys have? Did you guys go on a date? Like, what did you guys have to eat that day? You guys, hopefully it wasn't boiling crab.
Probably it was like salad,
Bruh.
Hopefully it wasn't right after a Korean barbecue.
or they got like some falafel and a bunch of garlic.
Yeah.
Bruh. What about you guys? Have you guys had any funny or embarrassing dating stories?
I was telling my sister about this yesterday that in terms of like dating and stuff, I've always been really private. So I'm not sure how much I'm comfortable sharing on air. But to make up for it, I do have a funny dating story that I'll say at the end. So if you want to hear it, stay until the end of the podcast because I'm gonna say it. It's pretty funny.
What about you, Brendan?
I don't. I just can't think of anything. Genuinely, it's not a cop out. I just can't think of anything anymore. And I've been thinking about it. So
What about you, Julie?
Yeah, what
Do you have
about
any?
you? Judging.
I've honestly never been on a date. Well, not until recently that I finally went on a date. It's not really funny or embarrassing, but or I don't think it is. I mean, it's funny now to like think back on it. But my first date, we went to the Grove, and that shit was whack. So, but we
How,
both.
how embarrassing!
No, I like how she was like, we were like, oh, so any funny, embarrassing stories? Yeah, but this was not really funny or embarrassing. It was just the story.
It was funny.
Whack.
It's funny now. It's funny now.
The guy's probably like, what? I
Wait,
had a
we
fun
both
time.
we both agreed that
It wasn't the
that
move.
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the move.
Maddie the Fatty says Valentine's on a Monday. Nothing special.
Just take a shift.
This guy.
So negative, man.
This
Why you bring this
guy.
negativity on our podcast? Yes. Be like,
Why you hating, bro?
I want to say Valentine's on a Monday. What a great way to start the week.
It's okay, Patty.
Oh,
Patty.
dang.
No, it's
You're,
okay.
you're entitled to your feelings.
Yeah.
I validate your anger.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I was wrong. I was wrong to invalidate you. I don't want to change who you are as a person.
But if anyone else has any funny or embarrassing stories they would like to share, please post them on our.
Is that all we got? We only got 2?
Yeah, we only
Yeah, I only got 2. I think
People
people
don't want to share.
well, because if people are embarrassed, they don't want to.
89 followers. Only 2 you sons of
90
bitches.
actually.
90 followers.
yeah.
Only 2 you sons
10,
of bitches.
10 more to 100, bro.
10 more, and we're gonna release.
You know what? I'll
Brandon's gonna do a very not nudes, but he's gonna do a very sexual photo shoot.
What is it?
Once we hit 100 followers.
I remember this when we're verified. All the motherfuckers.
But on to our next question. So our next question was: should you ask your significant other to be your Valentine's when you're already in a relationship? So, we just put yes or nah, and then 69% said yes, and 31% said nah. What do you guys think?
The 31% is
Nice.
single. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I blanked out. The question was
if you think you should ask your
Yours-
like if you're dating someone, you should still ask them to be your Valentine.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
feel like it's-
That's like obvious.
Oh, that's nice.
I
Yeah.
feel like 31% said no.
Yeah. Out of how many?
What the
Out of how many?
fuck?
Out of how many?
Let's see. So
2
there
people.
was no.
Wow.
There was 11 people who voted yes, and there was 5 people who voted no.
Damn, really?
Y'all hurt? Not kidding.
I wonder what, because to me it's just like a gesture. Like to me,
Yeah.
I know it'd just make the other
Mhm.
person happy to ask. Because I mean, it also just feels obvious. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Well,
Like,
because a lot of people a lot of people say, so the argument, I guess, is that since you're already in a relationship, it's automatically implied that you guys are Valentines. Like, who else would you be, right?
Mm, I
How
mean,
about that?
And then
I guess, but still.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Mondays.worse. Sean, he said, don't give someone the chance to be disappointed. Cherish them if you love them.
Oh hell yeah.
Wow. There you go.
Facts, bro. Facts.
There you go.
Spitting facts.
Spitting facts. Yeah, well, because I thought the same thing. I was kind of like, so that's the debate, right? That
Yeah.
it's automatically implied. But I feel like if you know your partner well enough that you think that they'll appreciate the gesture, I feel like you should still do it. Like some people think it's cheesy, right? Or whatever. But I feel like it's kind of part of the holiday, right? It's part of like that's the first part. The first part is asking them to be your Valentine, and then you guys spend together Valentine's Day, right?
I'm curious, Julie. What do you think about people who are like, they're like, fuck Valentine's Day. It shouldn't be the day that you appreciate me. You should appreciate me every single day.
People say that?
Yeah.
I've heard people say that. Yeah.
I've told them that. I've told them that. Like,
Okay, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to expose my sister. But when a few weeks ago, when I was like, "Oh, Valentine's Day is coming up," my sister's like, "Who gives a fuck about Valentine's Day? You should. If we're dating, you should appreciate me 24/7." And I was like, I mean,
you know what, folks out there, I believe that she said it like that too.
wow.
I was like, I mean. Well, yeah, if you're with somebody, you should always feel good. But I mean, Valentine's Day is just like, it's just a fun holiday, man.
Yeah.
I still remember being a little kid and like they give out the candies and shit. And then like, have you ever seen those posts? That's like when your crush gives you like a.
Dude, we have
Oh,
6
like
whole
candy.
viewers. That's impressive.
Wow.
Shout out.
Let's get to 10.
But what's it called? Oh, it's CD Connects. That Reese's looks
Oh,
good.
hell yeah.
And he said,
Wow.
"What's up, fam? What's
What's
up,
going on?
CD
Check
Connects?"
out CD Connects. Amazing show.
Yeah,
go check
them out.
Educating and destigmatizing marijuana. So
Shout
Also,
out to him.
personally, and I've said this on air, he has a really nice voice.
yeah, he's really cool. So
Yeah.
he's a really cool guy.
He
So,
seemed like if
love
he
that
read
guy.
me a bedtime story,
He'd
I'd
fall
fall
asleep.
asleep. I'd fall asleep. Okay, go ahead, Julie.
But yeah, I mean, I did say that, but I was kidding when I said that. But because
it
that's
didn't sound like she was.
No, but because that's what everyone says, right? Everyone like that's been also the argument of like fuck
Okay, go ahead,
Valentine's
go ahead.
Day
Yeah,
and
go
blah
ahead.
blah blah. Like they're like why is it that only once a holiday, like people get flowers, right, or whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I get like
just-
if you want to go like the capitalist route and be like, it's
It's like Christmas.
you know what I mean? Where
Oh,
they're
it's like
it's
Christmas.
It's marketing. You don't have to give somebody like something to prove you love them. But I feel like, well, yeah, but it, I don't know.
I think it's such a wholesome holiday, man. It's just like celebrating love and like everything's pink and like red.
Yeah.
It's hearts everywhere.
I
fuck with it.
I feel like what I especially like from like in Mexico, they call it El Día del Amor y Amistad. Like I like that. I like that they call it that. And then shout out to Haylene Lopez. Hey, you already know Gamma's out here to support. Yeah, chapter sisters. I love you, Haylene. Thank you. And then CD said, "That's my next podcast, Stories for Steve."
Wow.
But yeah, I feel like it's nice also in Spanish when they call it. I mean, it is El Día de San Valentín, but it's also like El Día del Amor y la Amistad.
Mhm.
I feel like it has like, I don't know. I feel it has a nicer like caring meaning to it
Yeah.
when you say it like that.
Mhm.
But on to our next question.
Go ahead. Let us know.
All
Let-
right, so our next question was, do y'all believe in if you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? 68% said yes, love yourself,
Mm.
and 32% said no.
Well, you know what? Well, no, you know what? Before you guys place judgment on the people who said no, I kind of understand what maybe the people who said no get. I think they're talking about people who are like, let's say, like they have past trauma, or like they have self-esteem issues, or like they grew up in an like abusive household,
Mhm.
and so they very much are insecure about who they are.
Mhm.
And it's not like, because there's obviously some people who kind of get into a relationship to like fill a void, but there's some people who have like an insecurity, and like they don't even see themselves as like someone lovable, so they don't even chase relationships.
Yeah.
And at least my optimistic way of thinking thinks that's what the people who said no mean, of like somebody who's depressed and like is like, and it's because of like, I don't know, their parents were like abusive when they were a kid and they don't really have any like self-love. I feel like that doesn't mean that they don't deserve love, you know what I mean? But I get, for a majority of the time, I get though that like, no, yeah, you have to love yourself first.
Mhm.
Like if you're a normal functioning dude, like if you're a dude and you're like constantly like, fuck dude, like I hate the way I look in the mirror, I hate these pictures that I take of myself, I hate when people take pictures of me, and it was like, and then you're trying to like go out and get into a relationship, it's like, dude, like you don't even fuck with yourself. Like if there's nothing about yourself that you don't like, how do you expect somebody else to like you?
Yeah, I mean, I what about you, Brendan? What do you think before I say my
I mean,
part?
I agree. But I
Are
don't know.
you
I
more-
guess
are
I
you
feel
li-
like I lean more to like you have to love yourself if you're gonna be in a healthy relationship, because I feel like no matter what, I feel like it's not that you don't deserve love, but I feel like you have to address it at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
like
No,
if, you
yeah.
don't, if you don't love yourself, like you're not gonna know how to receive it from other people, because like you know what I mean? Like if I don't love myself, if somebody loves me, you know, I'm gonna be like, nah,
Mhm.
you don't actually love me. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Well, you know, it's
That's
funny.
cool.
I saw this thing that, and you're gonna hate who I heard it from, but I hate it from Jada Pinkett Smith, and I kind of fuck with it. I kind of fuck with it, even though like her as a person, like she's kind of like wishy washy, right? She was talking about her relationship with Will,
Yeah.
and she was like, what she likes about her relationship with Will Smith is that that they're both full like developed people, and they didn't like get with each other in order to fulfill like a sense of like loss, of longing for someone.
Yeah.
They were developed people who got together, and they only helped each other continue to grow to become people.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like two halves of a missing part, it was two full pieces who just came together to make something magical. That's what she
Yeah.
said.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I know you don't fuck with Jada, but I was like, that's nice. I feel like that's kind of nice.
And also shout out to Monday's Worst. He replied to our story and he said, "Sometimes you're not in a good place, and that's okay. You might not see all the value in yourself at the moment, but that doesn't mean that you're incapable of platonic or romantic affection. Best case scenario, you're in love with yourself 24/7, but depression and things like that are real. But so is your love for others at the same time. It's not mutually exclusive." And I feel like, so for me, I I was more of like, I kept thinking about this question and I was like, I feel like it's more of like teach their own, right? It
Mhm.
depends on like how you are and what place you are. Because if I was thinking a lot about my own experience, and I feel like in my college years, I went through a very bad breakup during my college years. And I remember I got super sad and like super depressed, and like it wasn't that I didn't love myself. It was just like I feel like a lot of it isn't that like you don't love yourself. A lot of it is that you need to heal yourself. Like a lot of it is about healing your heart and your mind. Like you need to heal yourself in order
Yeah.
to fall back into love with someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, it took me time. Like it took a couple years, and I feel like I hurt some people along the way of that journey of me trying to heal myself. But I feel like a lot of it is just like, not that you have to love yourself, but you have to heal yourself. And I guess you do have to love yourself enough to like get into a relationship, because you also don't want to be dependent on someone to kind of validate your
Yeah.
feelings and like how important and how big your love is, right? So I guess a lot of it is to each your own. And I feel like if you are in a relationship and like you kind of don't love yourself, right? I feel like if you are with the right person, like they'll help you find that journey of like loving yourself, and you'll know it's the right person because like they'll help you, with your self esteem and your self love. And I feel like also just in that, like in your relationship, you guys will also grow together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how you mentioned, like it's a healthy relationship. It becomes like a healthy relationship. I mean, it's hard, right? Like to like do self love and self care and all that.
I mean, you mentioned something that I remember you and me talked about once when we were driving around, is that I feel like sometimes people don't give themselves that time to heal, and that's where they look for another relationship, and they get, and it's all just a distraction to stop yourself from thinking about like either like traumatic breakup or like just somebody that you really like enjoyed being with, and you don't see them a lot romantically anymore, and you never gave yourself that time to really like heal and like and become to move on basically. And when you do that, you hurt other people. Like you get with these people that you don't get, you obviously, everybody's human, you'll feel something for the people that you're with, but it'll never be the full-fledged full person like confident love that you wish it was. And then reading off of the comments, documentary said, get the Primos on Red Table Talk. If Jada wanted to, I don't know, Brandon, how you'd feel about talking to Jada Pinkett
If
Smith.
Will was there, I'd be on it.
And then Chris 17181 said, I'd watch that.
Chat's going crazy today.
I know. Thank you guys for commenting.
This is our table, all right.
This is our brown table.
This is our purple table.
Purple, yeah, purple table, yeah.
It's brown and purple.
Go ahead, Julie.
But on to our next question, right? Oh, and then also to say, under this one, right? Under the you should love yourself and all that stuff, I also wrote down that like I really like talking about these subjects because I feel like a lot of people are in bad places and feel like they don't deserve love, but I feel like everyone deserves love. Like everyone should like at least experience love and how it is, whether it's platonic or romantic. Like everyone deserves love. Okay, so you know,
and then also really to state down, like really do love yourself. That's the most important, because you're gonna spend most of your time, most of your life by yourself, with yourself. So you gotta love that person that you're spending most of your time with.
Yeah. So practice self-care and self-love, y'all. That's your number one priority for yourself.
Do we have another question?
All right. Yes. And we have our last question. So for our last question, it was, do you believe in soulmates or teamwork makes the dream work? Anybody can be with anybody. So from our votes, 71% said teamwork and 29% said soulmates. So it was 12 who said teamwork and 5 who said soulmates.
Wow.
What do you think, Steve? Because this was your question.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. To me, it's weird because the reason why I wanted a question is because I really wonder what people think. Because I think when I was growing up, and especially because you're a kid, you don't really think much of it. In the movies, it seems as though soulmates like exist. But then as you get older, I feel like you see that relationships are like hard work. It isn't really like it's not always gonna be easy, and it's not always gonna be like perfect. But I feel like if you work at it, I mean, Brandon, maybe you have like something to say about this. I want to hear what you have to say about this because personally, I just know some things. I'm not gonna expose you, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'd really enjoy your opinion on it. To me, the older I get, the more I really don't know. To me, it feels as though some people really hit it off, and then in order for them to make it work, they still have to, put in like certain things about themselves that they don't necessarily need to change, but they need to grow as a person. And what I mean by that is I took a philosophy of sex and love class in college, and I learned all about like the shit that was going on. And I remember one of the things that I learned was that like you gotta accept that the person that you're with is always gonna be a different person from you, like detached from you, and once you accept that, that's when you can really grow as a person. Because a lot of people kind of idealize like relationships with other people,
Yeah.
and they make them out to be this person on a pedestal. And when they do that, that's when you're more likely to get hurt and more likely to like have faults in your relationship, because you're like, oh, why isn't he living up to my expectations? Why isn't like this girl like how I thought she was in the beginning? And it's because like we want our partner to kind of merge and become us. That's at least according to philosophy, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, I've always thought like I don't know if it goes either way. I feel like it's like most things where it's kind of like a gray area. But I don't know, Brandon, what do you think?
Specifically about what? Like
What do
if
you-
that,
do you
just
think-
that?
Do you believe
No, yeah,
in,
the question itself.
do you believe in soulmates, or do you believe that teamwork makes the dream work?
I feel like. Well, I don't think like. I think the when people think of soulmates, it's just like you meet some person and then they're exactly everything that you want, and like you're just meant to be forever. Like and you like you know, and I don't think that's like a thing. Like but there's also sometimes you meet people and you try your hardest to make it work, but you're just not meant to be. You know what I mean? Like you just aren't compatible. I feel like I think it's a bit of both. You know. I don't know. Sometimes love isn't enough either, you know.
But
Like,
it's
you're
also
not-
like, what does soulmate like necessarily mean? Like, does it mean like
Yeah.
absolutely like
Shout out-
perfection?
Shout out to Compton Mania, said teamwork makes dream work.
Compton Mania?
Yes.
Compton Mania. Compton Mania. Wait for a second, for a quick second, dude. Me and Brandon really fuck with you
And me.
guys that you guys like. Oh yeah, and my sister a little bit.
The occasional.
We really fuck with that you guys like are into wrestling. We're not gonna take too much time away from this episode, but me and Brandon would love to be on your show if we ever get the
Yeah,
privilege to.
we really love wrestling.
Yeah, we really fuck with
We were at
wrestling.
SummerSlam.
It's
so,
true,
yeah,
yeah.
you know.
It's true, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys fuck with WWE like that, because I know wrestling is like a big thing. Anyways,
And then
Let's go.
they said,
Compton Mania said, "Let's go."
And
Doors
then,
open to you guys too if you want to come.
Yeah, if you guys want to come on the show, yeah.
And then Patty with Fatty said, "Damn, who hurt you?" I feel like he was directing this to you, Stevie. when
Me?
you were talking about something.
What was I talking about?
I don't know. But yeah, what you were saying, Brendan? Was there anything else you wanted to add to that?
I mean, yeah, I think you gotta work like anything, dude. Sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes, I mean, like I don't know. I think love is a choice. Like I feel like you have to choose the person that you're with, and you have to like work at it, because
Yeah.
you can't just not do anything. Like it's a relationship, you know. It's hard. I mean, I can't think of a single relationship I have. Whether it's shout out to my lovely girlfriend, whether it's her or if it's my family or my friends. I don't know a single relationship in any field that you don't have to work in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was born to my parents. That's fate. But I mean, I still got to work on, you know what I mean? Everybody has different relationships with their parents. You got to work with that, you know? I choose my friends and stuff like that. But sometimes, you don't agree with your friends, or sometimes you're not into your friends. You still got to work with that. And like a relationship, the most like intimate relationship possible, of course you got to work, dude. You gotta, yeah. I don't know.
That's
This is
cool.
my opinion.
To you, it's like
Yeah.
a given. To you, it's like obviously like it's
Yeah,
never
you gotta
gonna be perfect.
That's why I'm like, I don't get what they like how you said. I don't know if it's like what they mean by soulmates. If it's like the movies where you meet them and you're just like destined to be.
Yeah, it's like always good.
Because I feel like you might like
Yeah.
you could totally meet someone who's like got your same interests, you got your
Yeah.
same outlook look on life, and awesome, dude. Like you don't have to
But you know what?
Yeah.
That's what's weird about me is that like I've never been attracted to people who are like me, mainly because like I've always taken time to really get to know myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'd rather get to know somebody who's not like me, who has like different interests and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a controversial opinion or if most people are like that.
Opposites attract.
Yeah. I've always
Science says that.
I've always just wanted to, because I've always, since I was a kid, I liked school, like
Mhm.
education. And like, I feel like getting with somebody who's opposite of me or like dating people who are opposite than me is a way of me to expand my understanding of the world.
That's cool.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And-
date who you want to date,
Yeah.
Just- you
And
gotta
how
put in work.
Compton Mania said relationships are work, and they are.
They're
And so Monday's worst said either way you look at it, if folks are in healthy relationships, it's all good.
yeah.
I feel like I believe that.
Yeah.
And then on my side of this one was hard for me because I feel like I really wanted to say that yes, I believe in soulmates, but there's something that like I'm kind of like I don't. And I feel like it's mostly from like not movies, but from like kind of like personal experience. So like from my grandma, she married once, right? It's kind of, this is how my concept and how my head was
go
working,
ahead.
right?
Go ahead. me hear the
Of
story.
like my grandma, she got married once, right? And then he passed away. And for me, the way I saw it, that was her soulmate, right? And he passed away. So then she got remarried, and then she had another soulmate. And then it's kind of like he passed away too, and then she got married again. And then the same thing happened. She had another soulmate, and then he also passed away. And it was kind of like, because the concept of a soulmate is, right, that you have like one person, right? If you're looking at it, if you just have one person, right? But I feel like sometimes you do have multiple of, like, whether it's also romantic or like with your friends. I feel like a lot of your friends could also be your soulmates.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I also think, like, I don't think it's like, not that so many soulmates don't exist, but I feel like you make someone into your soulmate. Like, you guys kind of like grow together, and like you guys find what you have in common or what you don't, and and that person kind of just becomes your soulmate, right? And I don't know if that like debunks everything, but
No, I remember I wanted to bring this up, but Friends, the TV show Friends, they have an episode where they kind of talk about this. So in the series, these two characters, Monica and Chandler, are like in love. They're like together, and then like 2 seasons deep into their relationship, Phoebe comes to like the coffee shop, and she asks Chandler, like, Chandler, do you believe in soulmates? And Chandler's like, do I believe there's one perfect person out there for everyone? No, I don't think so. I don't think I believe in soulmates. And Phoebe's like, good, because I think I found Monica's soulmate. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I invited him over to coffee to like so Monica can meet her. And he's like, why would you do that? And he's like, it's fine. You said you don't believe in soulmates. And he's like, yeah, but I believe in handsome men attracting my wife. And then they like, he comes over, and Monica and them, it's just like friendly, right? But they like hit it off. They're like, they talk about how they both love cheese and how they live in a house of cheese. And Monica's like, oh my god, yeah, I'd love to live in a house of cheese and like stuff like that. And they're like, oh, there's this awesome restaurant, and it's like, that's my restaurant. Like, it's like, you want to go eat there? I was like, yeah. And it's like, it's still friendly, right? And Phoebe's like, it's okay, we'll find someone for you. And anyways, at the end of the episode, Chandler like confronts Monica, and he's like, why don't you go ahead and just go with him? I won't even be sad about it. It's like, he's clearly your soulmate. And then Monica's like, oh, you believe in soulmates? And he's like, no, but like, he's clearly yours. And she's like, oh, I don't believe in soulmates either. I think that we're where we are is because we work for a relationship, and we made a lot of compromises, and like, and we're happy together. And she's also like I also wouldn't want to live in a house of cheese, because like to clean that would be such a bitch. So it was just like, it's that like one theme of that episode that talks about like that sort of is basically what the question is asking. Yeah.
It's a lot of work. And again, how Comptomania said, she worked well with her love.
Did you ask if people believe in twin flames? Because that's different.
What are twin flames?
Yeah, what are twin flames?
You don't know what the twin flames?
No.
I thought you'd be. Wow.
you know. Go ahead.
I don't believe in it, but it's like.
Is it the same thing as? It's not the same thing as soulmates.
People say soulmates can be like friends, but twin flames is like it's two halves of the same soul. Like,
bro, what if that's me and the homies? Like all my homies. I've always felt like all my really personal.
Too bad.
I can't have multiple twin flames.
No, twin two.
What about what are they called?
I don't know.
Triplets?
I don't know the rules.
Trip flames?
I don't know the rules.
It says twin flames as two people who have a deep soul connection. They seem to mirror one another, have shared similar life past histories, sometimes traumas.
Wow. You see?
Interesting.
No, yeah, you see? That's how I always felt with the homies.
I don't believe in that.
Twin flames traumatize me.
There's a story there. There's a story there.
No, you see, because you know what always, speaking of love, I gotta give a quick love shout out to all the homies, because recently I thought about this, because Valentine's Day was coming up, and I said a joke when I was hanging out with two of my homies, and I'll name drop them, Izzy and Patrick. I said a joke and they both laughed, and honestly, it was such a stupid joke that I don't even remember it. I remember it was so dumb, and I thought it was funny. And when I said it and they laughed, I was like, they get me. They understand my humor. And I thought, and then shout out to Brandon too. I've known this kid since he was like 5 years old, and he's always got my jokes. I'll say the stupidest shit and he'll laugh. So much love to all of you guys.
Karmic love? What's karmic love? I'm looking that up.
Twin flames.
Twin flames is drama.
Leave the drama for your mama.
But yeah,
Wait, I don't
thank
get it.
you.
What's
Mhm.
twin flame is just basically soulmate?
It's like I think
I think
people
it's
I think
deeper.
people
I
think
don't know.
soulmates is what twin flames are, is apparently. You know what I mean? It's like, what did they say? I don't know. This is probably a bad one. What did they say? Something is Buddha, but Buddha is not.
Oh, look. This is what karmic
Ah,
relationships
Yes. I thought we got each other's jokes, bro.
are. Read what karmic relationships is.
Oh, a karmic relationship is a passionate relationship that is full of turbulence. But unlike soulmate relationships, karmic relationships are not meant to be and are often very short-lived or short-loved.
Wow.
These relationships
Interesting.
often start in whirlwind and can end just as quickly as they started.
Damn.
Damn, that's kind of
interesting.
cool.
I-
Yeah,
that's
that one's
interesting.
kind of cool.
That was kind of
So you
cool.
believe that one? You believe
I
in
don't know.
you believe in the cool ones, but not the lame ones?
Well, because that one reminds me of like a. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
It's
Actually,
like
I
those
was gonna give too
short-lived
much
ones.
away.
It's like those vacation ones, like when you go out for the summer.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
like fall in love for the
Exactly.
summer.
Like a summer
You go to
fling?
Mexico
Yeah.
for like a fucking month or whatever.
But anyways, thank you to everyone who answered our questions on IG. Of course, again, follow us on Instagram at Primos Chidos Podcast. Shout out to all of you guys, all the fam, all my friends. I love you guys. Y'all are the best. And Brandon, what do you have for us today?
This is a really serious topic. I know
Alright.
I'm always.
I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No, well, I mean,
Oh yeah, Content Mania was like lust, SMH, all about the booty.
What? Oh, that like I guess karmic
He's
love.
not
is a little
lying.
bit like-
Okay, right. So, this is what I was thinking, right? So on Valentine's, right? The
Mhm.
connotation is you give a woman some flowers,
Okay.
some roses, some
Okay.
chocolates.
Where are
You
you
get
going?
a little
with this?
something in
Okay.
return,
Mm.
right?
I feel
So-
like I know what this story.
What is? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right,
go ahead,
so I
Brandon.
want to talk about the objectification of women.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel like, okay, ladies and people out there, bear with me. It's a big topic. And I only
Hear
got
me
like
out.
20
Okay.
minutes.
It's
Okay.
okay. We got 2 hours.
Go ahead.
Alright.
Go ahead.
All right, so I was watching this TikTok, right? And it was this girl, and she was making a joke. It was like I can't remember the joke, and it was like me when my parents found out I did OnlyFans, and it was just like a dumb joke or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, ooh, I wonder what the comments are gonna say. 'cause,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Of
And the
course.
comments were like, "Please God, not a daughter. Your dad must be proud. Object moment, shit like that." And they had
Damn.
like 100,000 likes, like
Damn.
tons of likes.
Bruh.
And I was thinking, like, man, like it just seems like women, they're not even seems like it seems women aren't allowed to like own their bodies in
Mhm.
society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so when it comes to like the sexualization of women on TikTok, right? You have dudes who are like flexing, showing their pecs, their lat spreads. they're pulling up their like booty shorts so they can show their legs and their glutes and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's like submissive and breedable, king, looking great.
Yeah.
And then a woman kind of does the same, and they're like, "Wow, like I can't believe, look what she's wearing." Like, you know, it'll be the
no.
thing.
Yeah. Of course.
And it's like, come on, bro. Like, she can't even just be
Yeah.
proud of her body.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. It was kind of starting to
Okay.
annoy me
Uh huh.
because like a woman showing off her body, like that's not an object moment. She can't just like show off her body and be proud of
Yeah.
her body.
Yeah.
Like, why does that have to mean that she's sexualizing herself?
Mhm.
And even if a woman wants to be sexual, it's like strange that like that's all she is if she is sexual. Like she's just a slut, she's just a whore, all this shit. And it's like, so what? Like like what if she has sex with a bunch of people? Like, what does that mean? What does that do to anything?
Yeah.
And then I seen a bunch of comments, people saying like well, it just makes me feel like you're not special. And I'm like, dude, it's not a woman's job to like validate your masculinity
Yeah.
and make you feel special. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And like, I don't know. It was just, I was just thinking like, man, just poor women. They don't get to own their bodies whatsoever. Like, or like when they talk about how women get like assaulted or catcalled when they're walking. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, well, what were you wearing? It's like, dude, just
Yeah.
because she's wearing something doesn't mean like you're allowed to just go up to her and be like, hey, what's up? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can't just do that. You can't just gloss over the fact that you like made a woman uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Like nothing justifies that. You know what I mean? Or like how women are like kind of like trophies or status symbols.
Mm.
Like if a dude has a hot girlfriend,
Mhm.
like he's a cool dude. It's
Yeah.
not like maybe she has a nice personality.
Yeah.
Maybe she also has dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not she's not just like a trophy. You know what I mean?
No, I
And I
get
feel
what
like
you're saying.
you know, I don't know, not to be a bummer, I guess.
No,
but,
yeah.
That or like I mean the government, like how it's you can't get an abortion in Texas, right? Up to like when they detect a heartbeat,
Yeah.
which is like 5 weeks, and most women find out that they're pregnant between 5 and 7 weeks. So it's kind of like wow.
Yeah.
And it's like so women like they just can't like exist, bro.
Mhm.
They're either sexualized, they're like trophies and status symbols, or they're just baby makers. You know
Well,
what
I
I
mean, we talked about this with a few weeks ago on the episode we had Keith on. Remember, Keith
Mhm.
talked about marriage and the ring and
Mhm.
about how like before it wasn't a ring, right? It was like you trade livestock in order to
Mhm.
like obtain legal possession of like your wife.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to, and we always talk about like society, but like the patriarchy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About how the world is dominated by men.
Yeah.
How it's run by the rules of the men. And I think a lot of the rules are still backwards, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of them are still thinking of the old ways. I mean that's why like there's guys out there who are like, oh, my girl can't go out dressed like this, or like my girl can't hang out with her friends like all the fucking time. Have you guys ever known somebody who like
Who's
who's a
controlling?
dude who
Yeah.
and who's
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
I don't. No. Well. No.
I feel like I know.
I haven't
few
been around
people-
it. I don't think I've ever really been around it.
Stay
I,
away from it.
I feel
Stay
like
away
yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a few dudes who are like it, but
Mhm.
it's usually because of like trauma, yeah, and that's not just a justification.
Yeah.
That's more of just me just giving context.
Yeah.
But like it's usually like people who have had like fucked up like dads,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and like I remember that's one of the things that people said is like about sometimes when Mexican American like kids grow up here and then they grow up like machista,
Mhm.
Yeah.
how like it's like kind of dangerous
Yeah.
because sometimes it's like it get physical, you know.
You gotta break the cycle. Well, I was gonna ask.
Well-
I was gonna throw it to you, Julie, because you're a
Mm,
woman. So I was
okay.
like, I'm not a chick. So what do I know?
Uh-huh.
But what do you think about all it?
Well, because, hey, shout out. You talking about women, you know, during Valentine's Day. So
Hell
that's
yeah,
cool,
bro.
you know?
Gotta
That's why we gotta be
respect
treated
women.
well. Not kidding.
Well, because it's like, dude, like
No.
that's just like base women. Imagine if you're like a dark skinned woman or
Nah,
like a
yeah,
woman who's
I know, I
overweight.
know.
I've told you guys. I feel like that's why I'm always scared to go to places by myself.
Mhm.
Like I hardly ever go out by myself. I mean, when I was living in San Francisco, it was I don't know, it was a lot like I used to do it a lot, but I was still like scared out of my
Yeah.
mind when I was
Mhm.
walking the streets by myself, especially at night.
Mhm.
And especially when I was like in downtown or I was walking back to my apartment.
Uh-huh.
But like because I have experienced like catcalls and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm usually just like in a t-shirt and jeans and like
Yeah.
I get catcalled or whatever. Because like if you're thinking about what I'm wearing,
Mhm.
right? It's like, bro, I'm just wearing like my normal clothes. Like,
Just
what's so wrong?
existing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, bruh. But yeah, I don't know. And also just like, I feel like I was watching something recently where it was just like, we can never win, bro.
Yeah.
We just can't ever win.
like I don't know. I you know I always send you the like. I feel like it's so fucking annoying on TikTok when dudes would be like, "No women are the same." Like,
Yeah.
like bro, look how you talk to
Yeah,
them.
you
Treat
do.
them like
And
they're-
you know what? He's always saying some valid points. Yeah.
It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like women are not like women are people too. They
Wait,
have.
quick-
Go ahead.
Quick shout out to the comments for a second. Patty with a fatty commented again. He said, "Steve treats me like an object."
Do you really?
Yeah, but it's all for like in the power of women.
Yeah, but what was
I'm
Patrick,
doing it- I'm
yeah,
doing
but
it
what,
for
but what was
women.
Patrick wearing though? When you,
Uh,
I'm just kidding.
yeah,
I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like-
Bad joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I feel like you see, I'm giving back to the women community by objectifying a man in Patrick, because I've always thought of Patrick as a pretty boy, and I feel
Mm.
like I gotta treat him to humble him.
Are you mad?
Yeah, I am mad, but I'm mad because I'm filled with the rage of decades of women
Well,
empowerment.
and then there's that thing with like Euphoria, where I don't know if you guys seen Euphoria, but like it'll be like a bunch of dudes like, why are there so many dicks and why are they so big? They're not like that.
I
and
feel
it's
like,
kinda like-
I haven't seen
Well-
that criticism as much as people just kind of.
No, I've seen
being
it all.
funny
I've
about
seen
it.
it all over TikTok where the women will kind of talk about it, where
Mm.
the dudes where they'll watch it with dudes and they'll say that like to them when they're watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the.
Well, you know
The
what's weird?
statistics about
Okay,
that.
because that's a little weird. just
But
'cause-
anyways, I was they were saying the point was that like that's kind of the point where if you look at it as a dude and you're like, bro, why are there so many dicks? Like it's
No,
just dicks to be dicks, and they're
Mhm.
kind of like well, that's how women feel. Like you see a movie and there's a girl who's like
Yeah.
super sexualized and it offers nothing to the story. Like you know what I mean? And
No,
I'm like, I understand that point.
that's what I was gonna say. No, that's one of the things that I really appreciate about the new Jackass movie
Yeah.
is that like if you guys haven't checked it out, you should. There's a lot of fucking dicks,
Yeah.
like straight up, like they straight up pull their dick out
There
and
is.
like
Yeah.
and zoom in of the like their
There
fucking
is.
assholes, like
Yeah.
straight up. And it's I low key fuck with it because it pushes the envelope.
Yeah.
Like it really does. Like it like how you were saying. The point of it is almost like the opposite. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's like yeah. Usually you see titties and like
Mhm.
and like all sorts of like nude shots of women in movies,
Yeah.
but this time it's like strictly men. And it's like it's still like heterosexual. It's not
Yeah.
really playing on a homosexual context. They're just buddies like taking their dicks out.
I mean, they always kind of show their dicks.
Yeah.
In movies, but I don't know. I feel like to that point, like watching it, I feel like I didn't really. It didn't seem sexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like if
Uh-huh.
a woman were to do that, it would be sexual. You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's
I get
why
what you're
like with
saying.
the free the nipple thing, I know there's a lot of jokes. I make a lot of jokes of it too because I think it's a little funny. But like the free the nipple thing, it's like women are saying like we don't want to be sexualized. Everybody's
Yeah.
nah, like
Nah,
nah,
yeah.
no thanks. Like
Yeah.
I
free the titty,
yeah,
save the city.
free the
bro.
titty, save the city.
Well, because you remember the criticism about
Yeah.
like breastfeeding in public for women. They're like,
Yeah.
ew, like you guys should put that away. And it's like, bro, they're just
feeding
feeding
a
their
kid,
baby.
bro. You don't have a
Like,
mom.
Yeah.
Like y'all really gonna sexualize that?
Yeah.
And also, like, I remember, well, I haven't seen it, but I know people, there was a lot of, like, I know you guys talked about it about Black Widow and how she was, like, super sexualized in the movie or something
Yeah.
like that. And it's like,
there's like a few unnecessary ass shots in that
Yeah.
movie. Not sure if it's intentional or it's just like the male gaze. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's just me and Brandon tripping, but we felt like there's like
Yeah.
a lot of like sexual innuendos
Mhm.
in there.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know. I just found this statistic. It's from 2012 though, which is pretty old.
Mhm.
But surprisingly, I couldn't really find that much. I mean, if any of you out there know any like resources, I'll
Mhm.
definitely check them out. But I couldn't really find all that much. But there was this interesting article I read where it was like women are more likely to be picked apart by the human brain and seen as parts rather than a whole. According to research published online in the European Journal of Social Psychology, whereas men are seen as where
Yeah.
the male body and the brain is seen as one person.
Yeah.
Whereas women, they'll be like the brain will be like that's a pair of ass and some titties, you know. Like it's not, you know what I mean?
You know, I've been really intrigued by the female gaze. I really want to learn because I feel like you know how we were talking about how guys work out at gyms and then
Yeah.
they show their lat spread on TikTok, and like I know, and a lot of guys in the comments are like, "Oh my god, he probably gets so many bitches."
Yeah,
But I feel like that's a male gaze thing.
That's a male
like
gaze thing.
guys, it's kind of hilarious, but guys like looking at muscular guys.
Yeah,
like
women
that's.
are most. I mean, obviously there's outliers, but most
Yeah.
women don't seem to like.
It's not even that they
It's
don't.
not
seem
they
to
don't like it.
it.
It's just more like that's not what
They're not
that's
as-
their focus.
They're not as intrigued as a male because a male dude knows how much work it takes to get that ripped. So it's like, oh my god, look at this guy! Like this guy's fucking ripped. But women, like it's kind of like it's like okay, he's ripped, but like there's like what like fucking like millions of other ripped guys out there. You know, it's not. It's shallow. It's really shallow
Yeah.
waters. But a lot of guys they see depth because they think of it as more of a training thing of like oh he took progress to get there, so that means like he probably like worked really hard and his personality's like his determination because
I don't know.
that's a male gaze thing.
I don't think it's necessarily the work. I just don't think women are as enamored with the body as the dudes are.
You think so?
I think more women are like into like personalities. Like, you know, like everybody's talking about how Pete Davidson, they'll be like, that dude's ugly. And like he's that. But a lot of women will say like
he's probably really funny.
people are saying like he's really funny. He doesn't care what people think. Like,
But you know what's
he's-
weird?
Or like Bad Bunny, right? Like
Yeah.
people will be like,
yeah.
oh, he doesn't conform to what is it? Toxic masculinity.
CED Connect said dad bods are in.
Hell
and
yeah,
then
they are.
Contamania said preach CED. And then
But
said
that's
I'm sorry,
true.
I always say CED said.
No, like Bad Bunny, like bro, where's makeup? And a bunch of dudes are like, bro, I don't women like that. Like, and it's like it's because you know he's confident in who he is, and I think
Yeah.
women like that more, like
Yeah.
confidence, kindness. Like, so
Yeah.
I feel like women like more the personality. They like people for
Yeah.
who they are more.
And just
Then-
like slight like sidetrack.
Yeah.
I don't agree that Pete Davidson's ugly. I don't think he's an ugly guy. I think he's a pretty handsome guy.
Mm.
And like people call him ugly. That's how I know the male gaze is at work.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm like, what the fuck? You guys think this guy's ugly?
I think
like-
he's cute.
I feel like he's a handsome guy, and like, and I thought he was pretty funny in whatever I've seen him in. I was like, he's a charming guy. I see.
I
I
like,
I see why he
I really
posts.
like his movie.
I like
What's it
King
called?
of Staten Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
King of Staten Island. Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to. Yeah, honestly.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah.
Damn,
Um,
yeah.
I was gonna make a joke because I was like, you know how I'm always like, man, you can't eat animals, and I was like, people are like, well, look at this hippie, and I was like, oh, it's so radical. Don't torture animals and treat women with respect. How might as well be a communist while man.
They're gonna call you a fucking beta, bro.
They should call me yeah, bro. What a bitch, bro. I shouldn't.
I shouldn't respect. You have humans as humans.
You have sympathy for anything that's not a male human.
Well, I think it's because TikTok's also dominated a lot by like young
dumb kids.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of them are ignorant and a lot of them are uneducated in the way the world actually works.
Like, bro, have you seen that video of that fucking idiot who's like, if my girlfriend, if after she's pregnant she doesn't get back into shape, I'm done with her. Like we're breaking up. You haven't seen that? Yes, yeah, it's pretty popular. Where he says, if my girlfriend doesn't get back into shape after she's pregnant, I'm just leaving her, because it's like, that's your responsibility. You got to be in shape. It's like, bro, like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's all she is, just her body, dude. And
like, that's so like, I don't understand the logic behind that, because it's like, so you don't like them because of who they are. You like them because of their body.
Yeah.
Patty said Sigma.
Oh, you're a Sigma,
thanks,
bro.
Patty. That means a lot coming from Patty.
said, what's TikTok?
You don't know what TikTok is?
I'm sure he's just fucking around.
That's probably better for you.
I feel like the haha is. He's messing with us.
Yeah,
he's being a little rap scallion.
He's doing a little trolling.
He's being a little rap scallion.
He's doing a little trolling right now.
I don't know.
No,
man.
but yeah, I feel like because the platform TikTok is full of like just a bunch of like kids.
Yeah.
You feel as though most of humanity is like this. Like most people are kind of dumb.
Like I feel like, bro, the more I read into like the abortion, like reproductive rights, I'm like, bro, this is like so fucked up that it's so hotly contested that a woman can't get an abortion. Like, I don't understand, especially with how ironic it is that now everybody's like, my body, my choice with the vaccine. It's like, where's that same energy? Like, dude, like a woman can't even choose whether she has a baby or not. Like, if she's raped by, like, what if she's a kid and she's raped by like her dad and she doesn't understand what that is? And like, she doesn't even know what pregnancy is before like the time she can get it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, well,
that's why it makes me laugh on TikTok, because sometimes, and I know it's a kid, because they say shit like women just will never understand what men go through.
Yeah.
it's like no, it's true. Men have problems. We have like our own problems.
I'm not saying men don't have problems.
Yeah. But like, I don't know about women will never understand like the real hardships of like,
men have it way worse.
This is a man's world.
This is a man's world.
Well, because
like, it wouldn't be nothing.
It's because
not a woman.
Yes, sir.
It's because most things are invisible to the male eye.
Yeah.
Because we don't live through it. And to us, this is just life. Yeah. To me, walking down an alley at night, to me, I don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
I just be doing my thing.
To me, that shit's scary, bro.
I mean, obviously, people are still like, I don't want to get robbed. I don't want to get fucking like I'm not like fully like think I'm in the free.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think about like oh, if I get pulled up right now, I'm gonna be raped. Like I don't think that.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm gonna be shot or like
stabbed.
Robbed. Yeah. My initial thought is in that, right?
Yeah.
Trigger warning. Sorry, I said that. If any of you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But
I'm gonna throw it back to Julie though, because she's a woman. And
well, because
we're over here like, yeah, bro, like,
hey, love it though. Y'all are very aware, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say the same thing about like the mask thing when they're like talking about my body, my choice. I remember that shit always angered me. I was like, bro, y'all starting to say this now, but when people and women talk about like their body and like abortion and like about how they go again through like sexual assault and all that, y'all don't defend them, or like or especially when they're like, don't get an abortion, right? But then like you like adoption and all that, or in foster care isn't being taken care of. Like,
yeah, I feel like people don't realize there's a lot of like abuse in that system.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? And I've seen in comments, because I was watching that debate. You probably seen it, the clip where the dude's like, "You're sure this is a human baby?" He's like, "Yes, this is a dolphin." And he's like, but
got his ass.
People in the comments were like, well, I mean, a woman just shouldn't have sex. Like, you can't just like there's contraceptives, there's plan B, there's all that shit. Like, if you can't control yourself, you just can't have sex, and you have to deal with the consequences. It's like, dude, you understand, like, to have sex, like to have a baby, there has to be a dude involved too. What about the dude? Why doesn't he have to like?
People just spend way too much time on the internet, man. Like, people spend way too much time on the internet. And bro, I'm about to get deep, because I honestly think it all comes from porn. I think people watch way too much fucking porn.
Yeah.
And it's way too common and way too casual to watch porn. And I'm not saying porn, like, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad to masturbate, but what I am saying is that I feel like porn itself, for so long, it has gone unregulated that it's become to influence like a lot of people who are young and
Yeah.
and porn is about objectification, because that's basically what it is. It's and because of that, like a lot of people see that as how sex actually is and how to treat women. Like women are the ones who are supposed to be the one dominated. And like a lot of young kids are exposed fucking 10, 11 years, 12 years old, and they're like, they turn 20 in their 20s, they're 23, they've been watching porn nonstop for 10 years almost every day. Like of course it's gonna affect you subliminally, right? It's gonna fuck with your head. You're gonna see it like that's the way it is. That's what I want. That's what like pleasures men. This is where like the fucking mountaintop, that's what I want. At the end of the day, that's what I want. And I think that's what like really affects people. I mean, we talked about it on a few episodes like ago about how like I remember being in middle school and people talking about how they were already addicted to porn.
Yeah.
Well, I also think like I also found this quote and this is from the United Nations, which I mean I don't know, but
They're going through it right now.
It said that in 57 developing countries where data was available, the report found that 45% of women, and this is globally, were not fully empowered to make choices over healthcare, contraception, and whether or not to even have sex. And this was differencing across regions. That's almost 50% of the world, where half the population can't even choose whether or not they want to have sex. And I feel like, to me, like the whole world has that kind of mindset where it's just everything. A woman's not her own person. She has duties that she has to do. She's again a symbol of status.
Yeah.
She's a sexual object, and it's just like, bro, we gotta undo that. Like that's not. I don't know.
Sad world.
But you know, I'm a little bit out of time.
It's all good.
But sorry again, though, ladies, if I didn't touch on anything. I'll try to do better. I'm trying to, you know.
Patty was fatty said, can we talk about how the people who protest against abortion don't even adopt? Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was like,
there's a video on it.
Yeah.
It's a guy who goes to like people who are protesting abortion.
Oh yeah.
And he asked them like, oh, do you have kids? And they're like, yeah. How many of them are adopted? And they're like, oh, none.
Oh yeah, I saw that
And
one.
he goes through like 6 people. All of them said they either have never adopted or they never would adopt.
And I think even the sign behind them says adopt.
Yeah.
Like in big words, it says adopt.
So you don't abort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is hypocritical. I don't know. It's like power. People want to have a control over women, which is weird because a lot of those protesters were women too.
Yeah.
It's like women against women too.
Yeah. It's just like it's brainwashing.
Yeah.
But anyways, my segment.
Well, wait, before just really quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Last thing I want to say: stop objectifying women out there, guys. Come on, women are people too. Okay. Go ahead.
Wow, world peace. It's happening, bro.
No more. What do you call it?
Yeah.
No more what?
No more. What's the word?
No
No more misogyny.
Misogyny is over, dude.
Misogyny just ended because
your speech really hit hard for everyone listening at home. Okay, so for my segment, I was on Reddit and I found r/Tinder,
Hey, buddy.
and all these guys posted like their worst. So I want to end on something funny.
Yeah.
So it's just funny Tinder conversations or Bumble or dating app conversations. So Julie, why don't you go ahead and show the first one?
All right.
So innovative technology, guys. Do you guys see this? It's blowing my mind right now.
If y'all are on our YouTube live, of course, you can see what's going on.
But you can actually see what's on my phone. Wow. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. So
wait, can I be one of them?
Sure, you be Jennifer. You're
Which
the
one?
white
I'm the
text.
white? Okay.
Yeah.
Since you shared your Batman story, I once had dreams of being a Powerpuff Girl.
So were you made from sugar, spice, and everything nice?
No. And if that line ever works for you, you should question why.
It's from the intro to the Powerpuff Girls. It's not a pickup line. LOL.
Bruh, so aggressive, bro.
Go to the next one. So these are basically just like Tinder fells. Yeah. It's people like messaging each other on dating apps. And I picked some of the funniest ones just to lighten the mood because I knew we were going to talk about serious stuff. Okay. So this one is... All right, you could be the white text. I'll be blue.
I need to see.
Sorry.
It's weird. Last time I was at McDonald's, I didn't see you listed as the 3-piece combo. Pretty eyes, nice lips, and a cute nose.
Write a song for me.
Go on a few dates with me and I will. Or simply break my heart as soon as you can. LOL.
Yawn.
And then he put a bunch of question marks. The fuck?
Boring.
That's interesting considering thus far you have contributed not a single thing to this conversation.
All
right.
she said was write a song, bro.
Go to the next one.
She wasn't impressed.
She wasn't impressed, bro. I mean, how can you How can you?
That was a
even-
good. Do you guys think that was a good line?
I just like. It's funny that she said yawn. I feel
Yeah.
like that's soul crushing. Like I feel like on the other side of that phone, I saw his heart break.
Aw.
Like fuck.
Yeah.
Like he.
Bruh, that's sad. I feel
Well,
bad.
it
for
was
him.
such like a brutal. It was such a
What a
brutal
letdown.
response.
He was
Yeah.
really trying.
The fact she said boring. Like fuck. Like
Fuck.
I know, but
Alright.
like fuck her. She's not saying shit.
Bruh. All right. go.
Okay, so this one, I'm gonna end on this one. Damn, girl, you shit with that arse.
What?
Sorry, I meant hi. Fucking autocorrect.
Tinder nightmares.
Wake up, you. This is real life. I'm assuming that's how you shorten your name,
Nope. It's Wandy.
Mhm.
but that's nearly as long. That's an awful shorten. Yee is better, like Kanye.
Are you telling me my nickname is awful? You are terrible at this, Daryl.
So,
Didn't the caption say something? He's like, when I fumbled.
oh yeah, so he was saying, so the guy who posted this, he said that this is like a conversation from a year ago, and he was like, no wonder I didn't get any bitches. Bro, his opening
You shit with
line,
that arse?
you shit with that arse. Julie, would that attract you?
I'd be like, what? What are you talking
Yeah.
about, bro?
that one's on him.
What?
That one's on
This
him.
one is on him. Yeah, this one 100%. You know what? Let's do
Next
let's do one. Yeah, let's do one
we
more.
got
You
time, bro.
still
Yeah,
got
yeah.
more, bro.
Yeah, I put up
5 more
a bunch of
Let's
them.
see what the comments say. Patty
Oh,
with Patty
yeah.
says crazy.
That's
That's
amazing.
amazing. Gabby Ochoa, hey, shout out to Gabby.
Gabby
What's up,
Ocho said
Gabby?
amazing.
I love you. Amazing.
Okay, so this one is damn. If you were my teacher, I'd be tatting on all the other students just to talk to you.
Are you fucking stupid? It's Tatelin.
Lynn.
Fucking idiot.
What?
Oh my
What?
god,
Is she?
bro, this is like
She's verified?
verified. I think means like you. It's just you. Like you prove that it's you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think she's like a.
She's
like
like she's like a she's like,
like
a
Twitter.
celebrity.
YouTuber. Yeah, I don't think she's anything like
She's not
that.
like Jacksepticeye or something.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, next one.
Oh, I finally get what he meant on that one too.
What
like
is it?
tattling
Yeah,
on you.
totally. Yeah.
Are you fucking stupid? It's Tate Lynn. Damn, so fucking brutal, man. I feel
Alright.
like that's just me.
Is that why you're not on Tinder, bro?
exactly? I feel like my feelings would get hurt too easily.
All right,
Um,
what's the next one?
So this one is, are you lighting? Because I
Lightning.
want to make you my queen or
Hi.
McQueen.
Hi. Obviously, I'm no longer interested in communicating with you after that message, but I'm writing to let you know entirely for your own sake that you need to do better, or no girl will ever seriously reply to you.
Fuck.
Damn. Why is she being so fucking brutal, bro?
That one's a little
What?
harsh.
Are
just-
you lightning? Because I want to make you my
queen.
queen. I feel like that's good.
Prime lightning?
Oh, you know what?
That's cute.
You know what's sad too is that is like I could tell whoever made that
She
up
really
is a
thought about-
goofy,
yeah.
silly guy, and she
Aw.
said nobody will ever be seriously interested in replying to you.
Fucked up, bro.
Yeah, that was mean.
wait.
Everyone's laughing, bro.
Okay.
Connect said this is a great segment.
Segment,
I love the visuals.
visuals.
Yes.
Could have said McScream, McQueen.
Chris said could have also mixed scream.
Mixed screen.
Bro, I would reply too, bro. I would, and he put a
Jeez.
gif, bro. He
No
put
one-
the Lightning McQueen
No one
gif.
will ever take you seriously. Sheesh.
You see,
Bruh,
this is
brutal.
the reality of trying to date online.
All
I
women
think.
are the same.
I thought we were just talking about
should
women,
I redact
bro.
my segment? No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead,
Alright,
go ahead,
next
Julie.
one,
Put the other
next
one. Which one is this?
It says Faith.
Faith. Okay. So how often do people do wordplay with your name?
A lot.
LMAO, I knew it. What's like the top 3? I want to try to beat it.
Oh God, let me look. Hang on. I think I need a little faith in my life. I didn't believe in faith until now. Will you be my faith? I don't have any.
And the guy replies with Mike Tyson voice. Will you let me rub my balls across your face?
Bruh.
This one's this one's like I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if that worked. We'll never know. There was no follow up. We'll never know if that worked or not.
What in a Mike Tyson voice?
Okay.
Because I legit heard that.
So would that get you, or was that a little too much?
I don't know. What do you think, audience? What do you think?
Yeah. What, Brandon? Would you reply to that?
Will you let me rub my mouth across
He had her talking to ruin it at the end. It's true. She was.
He fumbled. He
Yeah.
fumbled, bro. He
Okay.
fumbled.
Read one more. It's the Kansas one.
All right, hold on. Give me a sec. All right, last one.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, this one okay. Kansas?
Can this dick fit in your mouth?
Fuck me. I walked right into that one. Saw you put an anthem in your bio. You like tapes and CDs?
No, I'm not 60.
Well, that's unfortunate because I'm gonna tape this dick to your forehead so you can see these nuts.
Oh my God, marry me. I'm speechless.
You see, that one worked.
That'll work. Yeah, but I feel like she started the energy. You know what I mean?
I feel like they had the same energy.
Yeah, she
This
started.
one, this is why I chose the last one.
they're
See, maybe
they're
soulmates are real.
Yeah, this is why I chose the last one because they're soulmates. They really are.
They're
Well,
soulmates.
that's the
Wow.
end of my segment. But I said at the beginning of this podcast, I said that I would end this podcast with, I guess, quote unquote, an embarrassing date story.
Oh no, we're out of time. Bye, y'all. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. So one time I went on a date with this girl
Mhm.
who had been jumped the night before.
What?
And not only was she jumped the night before, she was in the hospital and she came out of the hospital and went from the hospital straight to our date. And when she showed up,
What?
she was covered in her chest with dry blood. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just came from the hospital." And she had her hospital
Bruh.
wristband on. And I was like,
Hilarious.
this is both the first
Concerning.
this is both the first and last time that I'll probably see this girl.
Bruh.
But yeah, that was basically it. I just thought it
What?
was such a crazy story.
Jesus.
Because I'm like, damn. Yeah, she told me she put up a fight though. She was like, it was apparently people that she knew.
Wait,
So
she got jumped.
yeah, that she was like she was like walking around and like I guess they like live in the same area
Yeah.
and they don't like each other.
Yeah.
So her and like another group of girls like jumped her and she
Bruh.
and she like came straight from the hospital to our date and she had dry blood on her
What did you think when you saw the blood on her?
I was kind of grossed out. I was like, I didn't want to be mean either because I'm like, damn, like she came to a date, like she's that down. Like I was like, I appreciate the effort, but I was like, I told her, I was like, no, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out.
You told her? You were
Yeah,
like,
but
nah.
not right away.
Mm.
Just like
So
I
you-
weaved it in there.
So you guys still went on like your date?
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
cut short. It was cut short because I was
Mm.
like, I think you should go home because she kept talking about her head hurt, and I was like, you probably have a concussion. You should probably go home.
Bruh, I can't believe that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's it. I hope you guys
And then-
enjoyed this Valentine's Day special.
Yeah. So
Uh,
what do we
thanks-
have? What do we have today? We
Thank-
had
My
What's up?
segment.
We
She
had-
liked you, bro.
She liked you, bro? bro, you fumbled
I
that
know.
bag. She was down for you.
Yeah.
She was cute, but I thought that was kind of like too much. I was like, no,
She
I don't
scared you
think-
away.
yeah, I don't think this is it.
You can
Um,
this one.
She seemed because when she explained to me the story, she kind of seemed like she was a little bit too much. Like I was like, you seem like you live a kind of crazy life, and I don't want to be involved in this. That's dedication, Theo. Yeah,
She was
it is.
dedicated, bro.
Well,
She
thanks. Shout out to everybody who like fucking blew up the chat.
Yeah, of
this week's
course.
episode.
Can I shout out all of them?
I don't. If you want to, but you have to go all the way up.
Well, they're all
Go
the
ahead.
same, bro.
Well, go ahead.
We got Patty with Fatty. Woo woo.
Okay.
See,
Next, check out the show.
Haleen Lopez, documentaries, Chris 17181, Comedy check them out.
Check them out.
We got Patty with Fatty again.
Yeah, Gabby.
Said Connects, of course. Check him out. Gabby Ochoa, shout out to Gabby. And
Lionel the lion.
Lionel the Lion, shout out to him. And thank you for everyone who responded. Make
Yeah.
sure you follow us on IG at Primos Chidos Podcast. And we will see you guys next time.
Oh,
Happy Thursday. Happy
Bye,
Super Bowl
guys.
weekend.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Let's go Rams.
Yes, sir. Okay.
YouTube.
Okay,
I mean,
YouTube,
YouTube
so-
still has.
Yeah.
5
Okay.
minutes,
So YouTube, we always give you guys an extra thing. So this week we decided we're gonna do karaoke.
Which song are we doing?
are.
Well, okay, we'll do one karaoke, all three of us. Let's do
Wait. Do you want to do Earth Angel or do you want to
Earth Angel.
No, how about let's see. I want to hear Steve just do it. Let's see Steve.
Why? I did it last time with Everlong, and I'm no singer. My fucking voice
It's okay.
sucks.
It's
Which
okay.
one-
All
was
right,
it?
fine. Earth Angel.
Do you want with the
No,
actually,
go.
we can't, we can't.
It's instrumental. Look up instrumental. Yeah.
Y'all are gonna get you
Well,
know
in the meantime,
because it's in the season of Valentine's.
In the meantime,
You guys better sing. You guys better sing
what
with
happened,
me.
Brendan? In the meantime, what?
I don't know. Just never mind. I thought it'd take you longer.
Wow. You didn't
Wow.
have faith in me, bro.
No,
I could type really fast. All right, y'all
Okay,
ready?
go ahead.
True.
If y'all know this song, sing it with us. Oh, said Connect said I'll sing with you.
Okay. Jimmy,
All right,
pull
y'all
back.
ready? Y'all ready?
I got it.
I got my water. I love this song, bro. Earth
Angel, Earth Angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you.
Wow, that was
It
great.
sounds trippy in the headphones.
Earth Angel,
Earth Angel, the one I adore. Love you forever and evermore.
Wow, beautiful.
I'm just a fool in love with you.
We love you, Primos.
Yeah. All right.
We're not done with the song. No,
It's too late. We're gonna end it on there.
Yeah.
We
Love
always
you, Primos.
always gotta leave them wanting more.
Said Connects was like, he was singing. I love it. I love you guys. I love you, Primos. Thank you.
Bye,
See you guys.
everybody.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
No more misogyny. It's over.
Spend it with somebody you love and make sure they
Yes.
know you love them.
And love yourself, bro.
And don't objectify
Self-care,
them.
self-love.
And stop eating meat.
We'll
Love
see
yourself.
y'all next time. Bye.